got the bathroom pretty close to being complete. We just need to do some base, couple trim pieces here and there, and some touch-up paint and some trim paint. We've got these stones set in as maybe a temporary step system onto the bathroom. I don't know if we're going to leave it like this or redo it. The bathroom is 100% self-contained, off-grid. The water is based off a catchment which comes off the roof. We'll take a look at the catchment tank on the side. This is a 110-gallon tank up here, so it's about a half a gallon per flush. So I should get, over a couple hundred, 220 flushes or so out of that tank. It rains a lot up here, so this should never even come close to losing. Well, it should never come close to flushing it that many times before we get rain. We've got it set up on some 4x4 posts, pretty heavy duty, maybe overkill setup, but that's a lot of weight up there, but this no problem hold it up. We've got a couple of outlets here. The bottom of the tank has two outlets. One is we're using as a flush out, clean out, flush out. Everything will settle to this point if there's debris in there, but there's a basic filtration system. This valve, on-off valve, and that leads to the toilet inside. We'll come around, we'll take a look at this side. Alright, so if we're looking at from this side here, we've got an overflow on the top there with a vent pipe going up, and the overflow for the tank comes out. I just haven't had it set up yet. I'm going to run it into the ground and out into the bushes over there. I just haven't run it that far yet. This pipe is 1/2-inch feed pipe that goes into the toilet. With this little bit of drop here from the tank and that size of a tank, there's a lot of water pressure. It'll shoot water kind of a long way even out of a 1/2-inch pipe. Even if that thing's half full, this is still a lot of water pressure. Up top we have the catchment, basic catchment off of a gutter system, and there's a filtration system. If we come back here, you might be able to see a little bit of the filtration system that goes into the tank. We've got a funnel into the tank, and then there's basically like a mesh filter pad, and that's just to get out big stuff. There's no trees above this, so there's not a lot of leaves or anything that'll get in the gutter system, and it's not potable water anyway, so it's just to flush the toilet. Right, there's two sides to this. There's one side right now is just set up for storage. It's unfinished flooring, but we might make it into another bathroom stall in the future. Probably not. We'll see. This other side here is the bathroom. I've got tile in. The windows are all in. I've got a screen on the top up there. I wanted to keep the airflow going through, so we did want to keep the mosquitoes out. We put screening up top. This is the tank system we've got set up. Take a look at that. I've got the 1/2-inch inlet here. There's another shut-off valve here if I need it, but I just leave that valve on all the time. It's been on for like over a week or a couple weeks almost. The tank, if you look down into the tank, it has this fill valve, and all I did was I plugged the old float valve that normally goes in there on the tank and sealed it off with a piece of plastic sandwich with some screws and silicone to seal that off, so we don't use that other float stack that's normally in there. This fill valve is pretty common with the hydroponics guys. This had like a 1/16, I think, or less than an 1/8-inch diameter pinhole in there. So even though I'm running a 1/2-inch pipe, this water flow would shoot out the side of the tank, but it goes down to this float fill, and that's about the max fill right there, or the max water fill. I opened up that pinhole to about 9/16. I might open it up a little bit more, but I'm just worried that if I open it up too much, that seal might not seal shut again. So basically what we do when we flush the tank, it flushes, uses about a half a gallon of water. The float valve goes down and starts filling the tank again. And time this, it takes about 2 minutes to refill that. So I might experiment with a different float valve setup, but this one works pretty darn well. So that's it. That's our complete off-grid bathroom. And again, we're using Catchment and simple water pressure from the tank being elevated.